Closing tools, starting all over and pulling the trigger. Now, this is a very powerful tool that you could use whenever you feel that the situation it already escalated at a negative level. Customers frustrated, irritated, and they want to leave. They're already getting up, they're very negative. Maybe they're using a little bit of an aggressive approach, indicating that they don't want to make a decision anymore. They're confused, they've been here for a while, they constantly keep emphasizing on them leaving, that they no longer have any time, that they no longer have the patience or the energy or the intentions of doing anything. We're talking about the worst level, customers negative 100%, and all the options that you give them, they're going to continue to reject them. So this tool, starting all over, is very effective because most importantly, your goal is to distract them from all those negative thoughts, everything that they're telling you. Your goal is to distract them from that. Now, starting all over simply means go ahead and completely put all your notes, all the options that you gave them, put them to the side. Grab a new piece of paper. You're going to start all over. What do I mean by starting all over? You're going to start all over in the sense of eliminating all the options that you gave them, focusing away from the options and gaining their trust, emphasizing on ultimately what your goal is, which is to help them. So you're going to start all over by giving them a little bit of service, giving them information instead of focusing on the options. So it's mandatory for you to grab a new piece of paper. This is more of a psychological process whereby eliminating all those options, putting all those options away, all the notes that you gave them, everything that you had on your scratch piece of paper, you're going to put that to the side and you're going to start all over by grabbing a piece of paper. Now, 90% of the customers are going to give you another opportunity. See, the more you emphasize on the options that you were offering, the more you keep insisting on the same options, the same information, the more they're going to get upset. So what you have to do is you have to start all over. You have to strategize again. You have to emphasize on service and a little bit more on them making a decision that it's profitable, beneficial for them, versus keep emphasizing on the options, the monthly payment, the initial payment, because they're going to keep rejecting you. So you have to give them something different. So you start all over. You give them a little bit of service, try to regain their trust, emphasize on why they should leave with the insurance, emphasize on why they should give you another 30 seconds. Use all the closing tools that you've been learning. Closing tools such as time is an investment, is valuable. You've already invested 45 minutes, just give me another 5 seconds, another 30 seconds. Emphasize on the fact that you can't predict the future. Leaving without insurance is going to potentially put them in a tough situation. So use all of these closing tools to regain their trust. So focus on service, don't focus on the prices. Now, that's starting all over. Now, pulling the trigger, which both of them are connected, starting all over simply means put all your notes, all the options to the side, grab a new piece of paper and start all over. Pulling the trigger means if you're able to obtain another 30 seconds, 60 seconds, you have another opportunity. You have to give them an option that they won't resist. Pulling the trigger means give them an option that you know there's no way, absolutely no way that they're going to reject it. So if you know that the monthly payment was satisfactory and the initial payment is really what they're having issues with, then you have to give them an option C, lower the initial payment. Give them an option that you know for sure they're going to say yes. Either lower the activation fee, just give them something basic, give them a 25, 30, 40, 50 activation fee, and emphasize on the fact that you were able to get them something completely different. You were able to get them a discount. This is the last option. You want them to leave with insurance. So you're going to pull the trigger and you're going to give them an option that you know there's no way that they're going to completely reject it again. You got to give them an option for them to say yes. Remember, they've been here for over 45 minutes. They're already exhausted. The more options you give them, the more they're going to reject you. So you really have to choose an option. Go conservative. At this point, it's all about closing the deal. At this point, it's not about maintaining your broker's fee or maintaining a high deal. At this point, it's all about making sure that the option that you give them, it's an option that they won't reject. So follow this step. This is technically a tool when you're salvaging a walk. When you're salvaging a walk, you know that the client is going to leave any minute unless you do something different. Start all over, grab a new white piece of paper, put all the options to the side, emphasize on service, emphasize on benefits, emphasize on all the closing factors that they should consider, versus them maintaining the thoughts of leaving. So distract them from their thoughts and pull the trigger and give them an option that you know for sure 100% they won't reject. If it means doing it at a $10 BF, $20 BF, $30 BF, then do whatever it takes, but make sure you give them an option that they're not going to reject. This may be your last option before they actually decide to leave, before they get upset, so upset that they're going to walk out. So maintain control of the conversation, start all over, and pull the trigger.